Hello, darling hearts. It's that time of year again when all the kids get really high on sugar. But I really love these little squashes. You just whack them in half with a chopper that you do your kindling with, face down on a baking tray, roasted, and it's like better than mashed potato. And you know, mix it with cream and butter, and they're really worth it, these, and they last a long time. They store really well. Do you know what I mean? I grew a load in France, and my daughter's just come back from visiting grandma and brought me back 3 cratefuls. Very happy about that. So last night I was lying in bed and I could hear in my ear a little bit of tinnitus, which I used to suffer with really badly. And it's like I used to get like a Morse code of ... dash dash dash, like beep 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 beep. I could hear this, like, I don't know what your experience, if you've ever had tinnitus, is. They call it ringing in the ears, because you kind of, it's like you can hear bells or high-pitched noises. I mean, I can just hear the sound of silence. I don't know about you, but I can hear this kind of like wee high-pitched sound of silence, and then on top of that I get other stuff. And not so much anymore, but I used to really suffer with this. I used to lie awake at night going, what the hell is that in my ear? It would really freak me out. For those of you who are too young to know what Morse code is, Morse code was an interference in a frequency that would give messages. So you'd have dots and you'd have dashes. Dots and dashes, and you'd be able to do combinations of those to send messages across the telegram wires. That's how people used to get messages in the old days. Anyway, I used to have it in my ear, and it was well annoying. And then I worked out that I was actually doing it to myself because I was having spinach and chard smoothies nearly every day, and, you know, chopping up my chard and mixing it up with my alliums or whatever, and that was poisoning me basically because they're so high in oxalates. So oxalates, I've talked about this before, but man, the reason I had it a little bit last night is because I ate some high oxalate snacks at a party. And then my body rewarded me by saying, don't do that to me again. I heard this, and I was like, oh my God, that's a little bit of that tinnitus thing I used to get. So anyway, it's gone now, and it's not coming back. But you have to be aware. You know, your body's giving you messages all the time. And we've got to thank our body for the messages, the little pains, the little aches, the little things that you go, what's that? I mean, I woke up in the middle of the night a few years back. It felt like I'd stubbed my toes. Not my big toe, but the one next to it and the one next to that, these two. So I felt like I'd stubbed my 2 toes. Just woke up in the night going, whoa, ow, what's that? It's a neuropathy. It's like a random pain. It's where your myelin sheaths, which are like the insulation on your wiring of your nervous system, has been worn away because you haven't had enough building blocks to rebuild it, because you haven't been eating enough animal fats, right? You haven't been eating enough animal fats and proteins. And the myelin sheath, the insulation on your electric wiring, gets worn away, and then you get these neuropathies. You get these random kind of like pains out of nowhere, out of the blue. Fibromyalgia, polymyalgia, all of these myalgias, you know, and neuropathy are all to do with you not having enough building blocks. Or possibly there are toxins built up in the tissues, possibly there are pathogens that are having a party in the tissues, and your own body is attacking where they're having a party, and then it feels like your own body's attacking you, which is, you know, that autoimmune misnomer as well, because your body is never trying to hurt you. Your body's always trying to make you better. So ringing in the ears is a classic symptom of oxalate overload, as is when you've got floaters in your eyes. You know, when you look up into a blue sky, and if you're going to find a blue sky these days, and you can see these things floating, these black kind of, they're oxalate crystals in your eyes. You can get rid of them eventually. Other symptoms eventually are kidney stones, constant UTI infections. You know, if you feel urgency to pee, like you've got kind of a bit of incontinence maybe, look at oxalates, It's an excellent, you know, I can show you how in Timeless Cookery Club. If you don't know what to, if you don't, really you need to get off all the grains, you need to get off the veg oils, you need to get off the refined carbs, you need to start eating specially prepared foods that nourish the gut lining, that can help you get the oxalates out and remineralize. This is the key, remineralization of the nation. So how can you get well if you're not actually sleeping. That was my other point, because the tinnitus used to keep me awake and I would be like wide awake. And then if you don't get a good night's sleep, there's no way you can heal, because sleeping is healing. Sleeping is when the body does all its repair work and sweeps out the rubbish and, you know, rejuvenates and regenerates. And we are remarkable beings with almost unbelievable regenerative powers. You know, if you cut out half your liver tomorrow, it's going to grow back. What? Yes. It's remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. Anyway, if you're not sleeping right, you can't really heal. And because of all the soup of Wi-Fi that we're living in at the moment, it's quite difficult to get a good night's sleep. But I found a sleeping draft. And I'm so excited. I mean, this is... What this book is about people's experience. People write in this book about their experience of this thing, which we've been told is deadly poisonous, which is another lie. Because some people, according to this book, have been ingesting it. I would never suggest you should do such a thing, but these people have. And so, you know, we're free to make our own choices, aren't we? But I wouldn't recommend it. So I found a sleeping draft where, with some lemon and honey and a pinch of mushroom powder, I sleep like a baby through the night. And what it helps with as well is procrastination and addiction. It's like a miracle thing, you know. I've been totally gobsmacked by it, actually. And it's helped me and a couple of clients. Oh my God, there's a delivery man at the door. Hold on a sec. Bibi, would you mind opening the door to this chap? Thanks. So, see me at Timeless Cookery, or see me, DM me here if you think that you would like to find out more about a sleeping draft, you know? All right, Jack, chili buns. Billy's like, you're taking a picture of me, you know, because the delivery guys always want to take a picture of their parcel going through the door. And she's like, what, do you want to take a picture of me? No, you don't. No, she was like, you're not taking a picture of me. No, they take a picture of your ankles, don't they, in your parcel. Anyway, I have some amazing information to share and some amazing resources. Come and hang out with me and, you know, let's chew the cud and survive and thrive these troubled times. You know, if you're struggling sleeping and whatnot, you don't have to. There's things we can do. You know, you can stop eating the stuff that's keeping you awake, which might sound difficult. And it is, because it's like the opiates of the masses, I call them. Just had a lovely chat with Laura Nina on her channel about the opiates of the masses. It's like they've, you know, give them bread and circus, that'll keep them quiet. And all the grains actually are contaminated with microdoses of stuff that it's not worth putting them in, basically. Don't put them in. And then you can start to detox from them. People need to fiercely detox every day these days, because we're not going to survive. I mean, it's all right I've had my kids, and it's like, yeah, okay, I'm going to, you know, I've done it now. But if we don't focus on it for the benefit of the small ones, there'll be problems with procreation in a few years, believe me. In a few generations, there might be so few people who can actually procreate that we're going to have to really, they'll be like special, you know, really, really special. I'm serious about this. The toxins are affecting our fertility so badly that we need to get on it. If you're even thinking about having a baby, you need to get on GAPS like right now. You need to come and hang out with me and let me show you, you know, the right foods to eat to actually build a body of strong stuff so that you can have a baby that doesn't cry all day long, like mine did, you know, because they were toxic. So, yeah, it's serious business, really. But my motto is to just, you know, laugh in the face of adversity, because laughter is the best medicine. You know, if you're laughing, if you know you've got pancreatic cancer and they've said you've only got a year to live or whatever, you have to go, ha! Well, let's see, shall we? Because I'm going to live till I die. Because everyone's going to die, okay? We're all going to die. So let's just live till we die. And there's lots of useful tools we can use, not least things we've been lied about. So, you know, see me and let's hang out together and survive and thrive these troubled times. Thanks for all the love hearts. See you soon. Okay, bye.